What's good, man? It's OG Drip, man, and this is the reason why you should take your talent and use it as a gift. Now, what I mean by that, a lot of people ain't gonna understand that. A lot of people be good at things, right? And they don't necessarily have an area or somewhere to put it. So now we have platforms like Instagram, YouTube, all these different platforms where if you not have a niche that actually designed to you, or a place where you could showcase your talent, you could showcase it yourself by having your own camera set up, depending on wherever you want to set it up at. So now what we need to do is take this in perspective, right? So if you ever seen someone that's good at catwalking bikes, probably could chainsaw with one hand, probably got all these things, but they have nothing to express their talent or nothing to give it actual value. So they don't put no forth the effort into actually getting something done with their talent. Instead, they probably just don't use the talent at all, or focus on something that's more mainstream, that somebody else that's already got into it, where they not have a talent of, but they just know how to get it done. So at the end of the day, make sure you utilize your talent as a gift. So then after that, you can obtain the things that you need from out of life. So right, anytime you see someone that's in a hassle, and they like, I mean like a real hassle, like been going through it for terms, and you see that they have all these good talents, but it's like they're trying to work a newspaper job, and yet they're good at, skydiving, jumping out of planes. They got this type of thing where they're like fearless. You can even take this and actually make something out of it, where a lot of people will see like, hey, this is a pointless talent. Like, no, this is the point. You have to make your talent actually worth something, because anytime you don't, that's when it's on the back burner of actually being a waste. That's like me, right? Having the talent to be able to come out here and speak to people and being able to be transparent and be able to relate things in different ways than anybody else might be able to, right? Especially where I'm coming from. Look at my brought ups. You know what I'm saying? I'm brought up through the hood, but the way I'm able to be transparent, I'm able to relate and talk to other people. You feel what I'm saying? And also grasp their attention and show them, hey, you could do this as well. Even though my gift might not be as utilized or used to the full ability that I can, but at the same time, I'm just telling you, hey, look, it's the same stuff. Because if I utilize mine more, it would just give me more out of it. You feel what I'm saying? So this ain't no somebody just talking down and just trying to make you feel like you been doing less of yourself. You know what I'm saying? But either way, y'all see me sweating like crazy. I'm still trying to get these videos done. I can't really do them in the house, because my kids, they don't be hearing that, you know what I'm saying? So I said I'm gonna start putting them in the video too, so I can utilize that. All that little energy they be having and trying to jump around and do all that, yeah, we done made a channel for my kids as well. So I'm showing you how this could work for not just you, but a person you're talking to in a relationship with, and also like your kids or someone that you consider as family. Because at the end of the day, if we all have all these gifts and talents, right? Just like what I seen with the Alabama thing. Man, there was so many memes flying that you would have been shocked the creativity that people was putting behind it. Now, if you think about it like this, if all of us is in this one area or this certain way of thinking, and we breaking past all the other stuff, what do we actually necessarily need other people for? We all have enough gifts and talents that we could use our talents to make gifts out of it for us all to be able to help each other out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when y'all see people memes and they're cutting up these type of edits and stuff like that, hey, yo, we could use y'all in movies. We come up with our own production, our own movies and stuff, where we don't have to necessarily use what was already assigned to us. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of times this junk be on a personal note, but then it later on go out to the world, because you got to show the world your talent. You got to show people something that they could be able to believe in, or even gain faith in another area. You know what I'm saying? We all out here to show one another at the same time. It's each one teach one. So at the same time, if you leading by example of taking control of your talents and doing something with them, of course people gonna want to follow behind you and stuff, you know? But let me get my butt out of the sun or something. But regardless, like, you have to be able to break it down, because a lot of things get hard. We already have stresses and stuff like that, where you might not be able to utilize your passion or your talent right now, where it might not be paying bills. So that's the reason why I wanted to make this video, so someone can have the idea to be like, damn, I ain't never think about recording myself doing this. I ain't never think about me posting pictures of me creating this or doing something like that. So it can be one day a platform or a showcase where we could all that knows this talent could bring it into place. Because a lot of people go through things and we experience different stuff, but at the same time, we experience it in different ways, but we all go through the same thing. We just handle it differently, right? So when you got everyone being on one mark and understanding like, hey, we don't have to have a certain system or have to go by a certain, how am I gonna say, a certain fit desire, because we could create our own stuff. We got our own creativity, so we don't have to spark onto some old outdated creativity that has nothing to do with my talent today. So that's like, you know how you have people that be good as hell at math, but then they work in a fast food job, or somebody that's big and buff as shit, tall, could play basketball, but you know, whatever happened to their life, you just see them in a point where they didn't utilize their talent, or they was utilizing their talent, but they let something else get more than their talent. So the thing that it was worth, they let something else get put higher. So instead of them, you know, trying to toughen it out, probably had to ignore fights, probably call some friends off to be like, yo, you know, I can't come with you tonight, bro. I got to get that extra practice. I can't miss this scholarship. I got this and that. People don't have that understanding. So when you go into on a deep note of what's going on throughout a person's life, yes, you're going to have mistrials and stuff like that that pop up. But when you're doing something with your passion, the beauty of that is, and especially when you're good at it, right? The beauty of that is no matter what goes on, you're never going to want to quit at it. So you're going to want to keep going. But that's why you see a lot of times these basketball players or the people that be tall like this, you be wondering why is you balling on the court like this, man? And you ain't go nowhere. A lot of times these people don't know how to put themselves out there. And a lot of times it wasn't too many opportunities that you could have put yourself out there, right? So now you have these AU tournaments and all these other leagues. And the more we do things, or in YouTube, Kick, all these other different platforms, because the more we try to bring creativity or the more different things we're trying to do, even if it's weird, bro, they have a place for it. So basically what they're doing is the same thing that we're doing. They're just doing it on a big scale of creating a platform that we can all showcase our talents and stuff like that. But if we was the people to utilize, we could utilize what they got, or we could come up with our own platform or something where you could express something. Like say if you good at creating and designing games, you could come up with a platform where it's only for game designers or only for people that's interested in designing something that's virtual, period. So it's like a whole bunch of different things and different ties, as we can see now. Only thing we got to do is bring it up, mention it, and it'll get played out in the regular life. You know what I'm saying? So basically that's what I was saying. Like, if you got a talent and you start to express your talent, like a lot of people could know about your talent, but if you're not putting the groundwork in to try to get it, market it, push to anything, that's just like people with brand names, people with like cereal that they just came out with, all this type of stuff here. It's like Jake Paul and KSI, all that type of stuff, man. How they got the little drink, the prime drink. So it's like different things where you can come up with. You might not be talented as in that way, but you might have a brain on you that can come up with some crazy off the wall ideas. And when you spark and bring some of these to life, now you will be able to get what you deserve off of it. And a lot of times still though, when we got these algorithms and stuff, I just want to put that out there, you still might not get exactly what you deserve. And that's why I say later on, by the time everyone get on this certain level, it'll be to the point where we just want to create our own platforms because we tired of the restrictions and we tired of certain things. So that's why you have these platforms now like, hey, yo, we don't block this, but they do. Or, you know, they're trying to basically exercise their privacy rules to try to win someone over and get them into that way. But anyway, man, I just wanted to bring that up because a lot of people right now probably sitting at home, probably be talking every day to people about spirituality, probably be doing something every day and ain't doing shit with it necessarily, as they ain't getting paid for it. So, or not even about getting paid. It's about the tension behind it and somebody valuing it. So at the end of the day, this to help you utilize your second house. And a lot of times we end up leaving that on the back burner. And you can see where some people might not value something. Where some people might just make flowers, make baskets, and be like, hey, I don't need to get paid for it. I'm good. They're missing their own blessings. I'm not being funny. They're missing their own blessings. Yes, it's good to help the world and stuff like that, but you have to remember, it started off with you first. So if you can't get to everything else, everything that you're trying to do is still not going to work because you're going to have desires. You're going to have things in your life like you're like, damn, I didn't get to do this. Damn, I didn't get to feel like this. Damn, nobody even noticed this. Damn, I didn't get the appreciation I deserve and all the type of stuff there. So it kind of create infinite regrets. And not only that, things where you're not going to be actually happy in life, man. So when we break down talents and breaking down just utilizing the second house, a lot of people have a failure of that, of actually thinking that you're supposed to utilize the stuff in the second house. Like they supposed to utilize, not utilize, but they supposed to, you know what I'm saying, be focused on the car or the house or this person. And a lot of times people get over invested with that and end up losing out of something they could have had. You get what I'm saying? And that's the reason why I wanted to bring that up, because a lot of times we could get lost in the second house, having too much planets there and playing too aligned. And sometimes you can have not enough planets there, or sometimes just as a person in general, you might not give a fuck about value due to the living circumstances you went through or due to how somebody treated you. So that's basically what I'm breaking down. So don't let that don't let that make you give up, because at the end of the day, we got to keep pushing. And anytime you give up and stuff like that, God don't like it, especially when you got a talent that you're giving up on. What? There's plenty of other people that can't dance. There's plenty of other people that can't crank up a scooter. Plenty of other people that can't do the calculations, putting together medicine or motor and stuff like this. So whatever your special talent is, bring it to the light, man. And I'm out. OG Drip.